All right, today is National Hug Day. Don't look at me, Lewis.
I'm holding out the Valentine's Day.
And it's also National Poop Day. Please don't celebrate both at the same time.
What if you have to?
That's a problem.
Hug it out, literally.
This was, I guess this just was created like 8 years ago, National Poop Day at the Madison Children's Museum, as a fun way to explore an aspect of human life that's important in our daily health.
Hold on. Who wants to explore that?
Well, I mean, you know, they've written a kid's book called Everything Poops. It's health.
You see somebody,
health. It's the human body.
You see somebody at the office, you go, hey, you regular today? I was just curious.
Well, no.
How's it coming out? Here's the other question. How much is that poor kid taking abuse at school for figuring out what's going on in his grandpa's underwear every day?
No. Jeez. 46% of Americans will only do it around other people if it's an emergency. And I don't mean like next to them, but, you know.
I won't go at someone else's house.
Right.
Invite me over as a
What
guest.
if it's an emergency? What if there's nothing you can do?
We'll figure out something.
It happens. And man, if you ever go over to somebody's house after you guys just came from eating at a Japanese steakhouse, are you kidding me? You got, dude, if you go to a hibachi restaurant, guaranteed you have 15 minutes after dinner, and then you either need to go home.
Are you guys going to be here for a second? I'm going to run down to this, take a smoke run, or you don't smoke. I'll find something.
You don't smoke. That's great. Let's see. 63% of Americans admit to holding off on doing it around a date or a significant other. I mean, you know.
Yeah, that's what you want to do on a first date. Hank, can you hang on a second? I'm going to take a giant steaming dump over here, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, around a date, I understand that. But, I mean, if you're married, look, it's human life. It's completely normal. How can you, you're never going to get away from that. At some point, you're going to do it when your significant other is home. Are there really people that won't do it when their significant other's in the house?
No, I'm sure there probably are. Here's what I hate. Don't talk to me while you're in the process. I've been in, like, my old building where people sit in there on their phones and have No. I don't want to have a conversation with you while you're doing what you're doing. Take care of business. We'll talk later. Don't need to have that while it's in the process. Like, I don't need the, hang on for a second. It just doesn't mean that.
Hang on a second. 48% of Americans avoid eating spicy food around a significant other to prevent it from happening. I mean, seriously? Quit worrying about it.
Number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
We're going to call it number 2.
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
All right.
Can we get a courtesy flush?
It's amazing that they have this data. According to a recent report by All American Waste Services, the states that poop the most per day, I don't believe they have these stats. Michigan, Idaho, and New Jersey. Yeah, we know everybody in Michigan's full of crap. And the states that poop the least are Missouri, Montana, and Indiana. It's amazing they know that. Let's see. In another poll, 44% of people say they fold the toilet paper into squares before using it, and 22% just wad it up into a ball.
Don't even look at me like you're going to ask me which one I go with.
I think if you wad it up into a ball, you're psychotic.
I think if you fold it, you're an absolute head case.
What?
Are you joking? You sit there and fold your toilet paper into like a square?
Do you go?
Well, yeah, because you're supposed to use about 4 squares, and then you just fold it in
according
half
to Sheryl
twice.
Crow. Sheryl Crow's like 1, maybe 2.
I'll give that toilet paper roll a few spins, wad it up, and go from there.
All right.
Do you fold yours, Lewis?
No. He doesn't look, he's uncomfortable.
To be honest,
he doesn't like talking about this.
I've never paid attention.
Think about it.
Really?
You can't think about the last time you went. You don't.
I grabbed some toilet paper. I've never paid attention to
You
whether or
don't
not
sit
I
there and
carefully
fold it.
No,
Nobody does, because that's insane.
Everybody does.
I don't fold it like it's laundry.
Wow. Text in 99700. Do you fold your toilet paper?
Class, give the Charmin the proper treatment.
I tear off 4 squares. I just quickly fold it in half twice.
That is so anal to me. I feel like that
really,
needs to be studied.
It really
you
is
need
anal.
to be studied by like a team.
Okay, please text in if you do the same at 99700.
You sit there and fold
Four
squares of
It's
toilet
four
paper.
square is standard.
I don't fold.
Do you count off the squares?
I don't know that I No, I don't count off squares.
Nobody does.
I don't know.
Nobody
that
does
I
except
wad.
one person.
I can't wait.
I
till we
think
get
I
these
might
texts.
be somewhere in the middle of a wad and a careless fold. Like, I don't wad it up per se, but I certainly don't fold it.
All right. And this conversation's making Lewis a little uncomfortable.
Of all
See?
the things we could talk about. I asked you this morning. As soon as I walked in this morning, I said, National Poop Day, we're going to talk about it. Yep, we sure are. Can't wait.
Well, when you come in like that, I have to see what's going on here. That you have some. I was wondering if you had some trauma as a kid from something.
No, Lauren will say this to me all the time. Everybody does, but we don't need to discuss it. There's just certain things that everybody does that we don't have to have conversations about. This ranks pretty high up on my list of things we never need to talk about.
I need TV for my bunghole. You must all bow down to the almighty cornholio.
See, he didn't mind talking about it.
Well, they made a career out of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we were sitting here going through some things like Michigan, Idaho, and New Jersey poop the most per day. Montana, Indiana, Missouri the least per day. I'm still amazed that they have that stat.
For the record, Brandon, I'm with you. Brandon texts in, man, I must have missed the promo for this week. Coming up on Monday, we're going to find out how you wipe your ass. Exactly. Brandon, for the record, this is not me. Okay?
Hey, I'm just discussing current events. Today is National Poop Day. You're not supposed to ignore that stuff, right? It's also National Hug Day, and as I said, don't do both at the same time.
All right.
It's amazing to me that so many people will not do this around their significant other when they're in the house. They hold off on eating spicy foods. And then 44% of people said they fold the toilet paper into squares before using it, and 22% just wad it up into a ball. And I'm in that 44%. You know, I mean, 4 square is standard to me. And Kelly says, no, you are a crazy person if you are folding your toilet paper.
Do you need me to supplement your toilet paper? Because I feel like 4 squares is really stingy.
Stingy? Like I'm using too much?
That is a lack of...
Or not enough?
You're not using enough.
Oh.
You're counting out. Okay, you're sitting there on the toilet, counting out 4 squares, then folding them.
And twice.
You're folding them twice. Okay.
What happens if you pull a 5th square by mistake? Ah, crap.
Then when I fold it twice, it's just a little bit longer than it would have been.
Yeah, but you just unevened out your 4 square at a time toilet paper roll. You're going to lose a day on that.
This way I'm getting 4-ply, you know. If it's 2-ply, actually it's 2-ply toilet paper, most likely, so I'm getting 8-ply, actually.
Yeah, why don't you just use 2 squares if you really want to do it right?
I use 3 seashells.
No.
I learned from Demolition Man there's a different way to do this.
All right, so I asked, please text in at 99700, and so Kelly thinks me and anybody who folds their toilet paper is crazy.
I think it's bananas that you're counting it out. I don't care that you fold it. That you count out squares is bananas to me.
Vivian says, get them, Kelly. Anthony says you can fold it into origami for your guests.
Okay, Mr. 4-time fold. What do you do if you don't have home field advantage and you're in a place that has the really cheap toilet paper?
The cheap toilet
paper?
Oh,
yeah, come on. You've seen the toilet paper in
like in our bathroom here?
I've never gone here. I don't know.
Now I know he has real issues with this.
But I'm just saying, everybody's been to a concert venue where you pull the toilet paper out and you're like, man, this stuff sucks because it's cheap because they got it for 59 cents a roll. What do you do when you're in that situation and 4 is not going to work?
Oh, then I'm going to make it like 8.
Okay.
You know. Leah Welch, I fold. John, folder. Zach, few spins of the roll and go to white. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's what I do. Just spin the roll and just bunch it up.
You must fold, never wad. You are, Bone said you're psychotic if you just wad it up. Fold it. I fold mine.
What kind of time are you guys dealing with in your day where you can sit there and just gently fold?
That's the other thing.
Who says gently? I'm
just
like
get
grabbing
in and
it,
out.
Yeah,
I don't spend any extra time in the bathroom.
I'm with you on that. You ever see the people that it takes them a minute or more to go to the bell. Like, I mean, they're in there
They
for a
must be
while.
folding their TP. They must be sitting there
'Cause I see-
folded up real nice and pretty.
I've seen people like 20 minutes plus at a time. I'm like, what are you doing in there?
We know now what they're doing
Yeah,
in
like,
there.
why does it take that much time?
You're going to get hemorrhoids if you sit on the toilet that long.
Now I have to get one of those cushion toilet seats in like every day's a vacation.
Heated.
Let's see. I fold mine so that my fingers don't rip through. Got another one that says fold it. Jay says, when I was little, I wrapped my hand like a mummy because I had a phobia, so I was whole mummy hand. That's
How
the
do you
way I'm
get, how do you
picturing
get it
Kelly.
off, though? Because it's a process. You got to get up and take that. No.
This person says, I counted out too. I was a Girl Scout. We were only allowed 6 squares at camp each year. Who knows if you're taking more than 6 squares? That's what I want to know. Like, who's in there?
There's a bell on it
Like,
as you pull it out.
Maybe they
there's
give it to you
more.
as you go
We're
in.
not in 2020 anymore. There's no TP shortage. You can use as much as you darn well please.
Alyssa says, I follow the Kelly method. Glenn LaPointe says, how do you not fold? Tyler says, I'm a 5-square folding man myself, Rick. I'm right there with you.
You guys don't count it out.
Buzzard says, fold, wipe, fold again. Yes, agree, Buzzard. Robert Cochran, I fold, but I don't count the squares.
Dear God, I understand that Jesus gets us. And for whatever wrong that I have perpetrated, that we are discussing this live on the radio today, I hereby repent. Like a hell of a lot of repenting going on right now.
Alfred says, I'm bullying you, Thick, for not being wasteful.
Eric, I'm a folder thick. Zachary Pickrell, I fold. Ashley Duncan, I fold mine. Kevin, folding is normal.
See, the thing is you get as much as you possibly can handle from the toilet paper roll. So there's no chance of any type of random touching. Yeah, I just like to
Lewis
have
is
like
gonna
a big.
fall off his chair.
It's
Have a
like
big
a
what?
big TP loofah.
I have.
My hand's about 5 inches from anything sensitive at all times.
For a long time, I have questioned whether or not God hates me. Today, that answer is glowing.
If I was ever going to use a loofah in my life, it'll never happen now. All right, well.
Oh, Ian Hall's parents taught him that wadding up toilet paper is barbaric and wasteful. Oh, Ian, you had exacting parents. I hope they. You know what I want you to do today, Ian? I want you to try wadding up your toilet paper just once. And it is cushy. It is lovely. You don't ever have to worry about breaking through a neatly folded 4-ply situation.
Let me just tell you, as the newer person on said show, there's a lot that I'd like to know about Blitz Nation. Let me just tell you, this whole conversation is nowhere on that list.
Chris Keegley, the wad hits all angles.
That's right. And it's cushy. You're not with some flat, like neatly folded situation.
Joe's 3 squares and fold.
Oh, boy.
John Stover says fold for sure, and then fold again after.
Do I need to Venmo you for just an extra roll of TP every week?
Yep.
Just to feel free to just spin the wheel, baby. Spin the wheel, and whatever comes off the roll comes off the roll.
Roger, definitely fold about 5 to 6 squares. Brian Collins, same as Rick, 4 squares. Clifford, fold. And then we get a text that says, Asphincter says what?
Anthony says, I go wild. I spin that toilet paper roll until it stops. Amen, Anthony.
Oh my gosh! Well, I don't think the texts are going to sway Kelly. We're not going to agree on this one, but that's all right. You know, I'm not shaming anybody. Whatever works best for you and is most comfortable for you.
Hessler wants to know if I grew up rich. No. Oh my gosh!
31% of people say they usually use 5 to 8 squares of toilet paper total.
Megan says, I'm TP Loofah with you, Kelly. Thank you, Megan. TP Loofah, yes.
I hope I never go. You know why? Because I don't want to relive this conversation during it.
Are you going to think about it in your head?
Quite possibly.
Well, you know, National Poop Day will be on this date next year, so...